everyone, and welcome back to another Swapsaken video. I'm just gonna call it Swapsaken at this point because I make survivors and killers, so it's a back and forth. Today is making Survivor AZURE for the update. Whenever the update happens for Forsaken, I have a Survivor AZURE. Of course, in this entire video, I'm gonna show you the process of how I made it, what's going on behind the scenes, all the good stuff in between. Today is just a relaxing, kind of probably shorter video. I don't know how long it's going to be, but we will see. And, you know, nothing too crazy. I had a pretty crazy week anyway, so always relaxing. Hope you guys are having a good summer. Sit back and relax and enjoy the video.
Well, this stinks.
Okay, peeps and geeks. We have a lot of references here. A lot of variety here, a lot of good stuff, a lot of good variety. We have the original one, of course, for AZURE and all that good stuff. You got like more traditional wizard, then kind of like a poncho. Like, I don't know why, but they really like ponchos. Add ponchos, I realized. Realistic, kind of like 2-time with the knife and everything like that. Then a very different between wizard and like kind of warlock. It reminds me of, I think. Very interesting styles we have here. Now, as I get my stuff ready and I start putting stuff in here, I did kind of want to talk about like what the heck is happening with the Forsaken like scheduling, you know? Like it must be something must be going on in the background, you know? How is there so many delays? And on top of that, you know, I was thinking, oh well, Bye Night was going to release their update before Swapsaken, so they can actually have some competition, right? And then Bye Night goes into maintenance for like a month. And then now, Forsaken keeps on delaying their update.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Like, if I was Forsaken team, if I was on the team at all, I would be like, guys, we need to get the jump on because we actually have some real competition with Bye Night. You know? I would be like, come on guys, it's time to get serious because we got some good competition with Bye Night. It's good to have competition and stuff like that. My lord, dude, it's taking a while. Like, I bet the update will be good, but still, I'm just kind of watching this happen, dude. You guys can tell me about, you know, for your opinion about it, you know, on the matter. I can tell that the quality of the models have been going up and up and up, and it's a good and a bad thing because they're getting farther and farther away from the actual Roblox old style of Roblox. So it's like a good and a bad thing because they're supposed to be, you know, based off of the original Roblox, but they're now kind of making their own style, which is fine. You know, it just needs to be a good blend of original style and new stuff. You know, I feel like, right? Original Roblox and newer stuff. Right now, I'm just looking for any, like, hat that can help me, or not hats, any accessories that can kind of help me see my vision of what I'm trying to do with this whole character. Anyways, besides all the Forsaken update, whatever. In the back here, you can see that I actually went and found and imported some of Roblox accessories that I liked, and I will be adding that to Blender. And that's kind of like how I create the base of my characters, a lot of them Roblox characters, just because it's kind of easier to go find, hey, you know, this is kind of the idea I want, and then you can edit in Blender later. So all good stuff, makes it very straightforward and easy. Okay, so this is how it's kind of looking for the Survivor. I'm not loving it, I'll be real. I feel like it's a bit busy, very busy. But I also feel like it's kind of already done, like in a weird way. So I might add some extra stuff because I feel like there's some needed stuff, but I will definitely figure it out. I feel like if I just take off this, I feel like that might be a better solution than adding a full thing like that. I also don't know if I will do the tail. I think the tail is like fine, but let's try it without that coat. Not that coat. That coat. Yeah, let's try it without the coat. It feels kind of weird being, I guess, quote unquote, done with it. I don't really know, because like typically I work like a day or two on these models, if not longer. So it felt very weird to be like, this is the first day and I'm kind of already done. So it, like, I don't know how to feel about it. It felt weird. But I went and found some textures I can put on the body itself, like the Roblox body. And then later I'm gonna go ahead and change up the textures on all of the meshes so it actually fits my style and stuff. Because, you know, I gotta make sure it's actually like my style. Not just some random Roblox accessories. It took me a while to like figure out the texture for the body, mainly because like I don't really know if I want to go more like poncho cowboy style or more wizard style / warlock style. Tell me in the comments what you guys think AZURE feels more like. Is he more of a wizard, or is he more of a poncho cowboy style? Or is he just like neither and he's just like a cult member of whatever, you know? Like, I know he's technically a cult member, but what do you think his style of clothing would be? Tell me in the comments. Okay, so I feel like because this is Survivor AZURE, I'm gonna add what 2Time has, which is this little freaking card, right? I'm gonna add that, make it look nice. Actually, that's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, there you go. Best friends. And then over here, I want to add some type of book. Again, he gives off wizard vibes. Don't fully know if he actually was a wizard in the cult, but he definitely gives off wizard vibes. So I was thinking I should give him something that he can protect himself against, you know, the killers. Probably some type of wizard book. So this is what I gave him. That looks pretty darn cool. I'm gonna, of course, make sure that this looks much better and more in my style, because some of it, like this purple, looks really cool, but I am not too sure about the metal. I want to make it different and kind of more shiny. I'll probably customize it a bit more. Yeah, now it's... Oh yeah, let's make sure his skin actually matches too. Let's go ahead and start coloring these, make sure that they look good. Let's start with the book, because this is gonna be the most tedious, my god. See, already this is looking a lot more like AZURE's book than just a random book. So you see that I've changed the textures a good amount and made it more purple, changed the pages, did all that stuff. So looks pretty darn cool. Okay, time for textures. This one's pretty cool, pretty simple, just making sure that it matches, it makes sense, like, you know, his belt being leather, that makes sense, you know, his hat being fabric, you know, just making sure that the textures that were on the original Roblox assets are kind of shown through my art style with my own custom textures and textures I have in my asset library. And making sure that it also changing the colors a little bit and tweaking it so it all like is coherent. Like, you know, the belt around his hat being more purplish than just gray. So it's making sure that this actually has a coherent style to all of it. The face and the hat caused me the most problems, mainly because when you import assets from Roblox into Blender, Roblox automatically makes the assets use triangles. Okay, so just a weird way to explain this real quick, but everything in Blender can be either made out of triangles or squares. Okay, I prefer squares, so I try to convert it to squares, but it just doesn't like it, so it doesn't always convert very well, and the shading and lighting can look very weird. So just something to know, if any game engine, especially Roblox, if you're getting something from Roblox, just know it will be made out of triangles. And if you're trying to make it into squares, it will not work. It's a weird math thing that's in Blender that only like 3D artists will know. But that's the best way I could explain it. Hopefully it made sense. If it didn't, then I don't know. Here's my address. You can Send me a bomb. I don't mind.
So good. I want to fancy fight.
Okay, I think we're pretty much done though for this. Pretty cool. I think the tail. Does 2-Time have his tail? I just realized. Does even 2-Time have a tail? I think he only gets a tail after the second life. So I think that he's there. Oh, there we go. Poof. On. There you go. So now let's go ahead and try to figure out what. Like, give him a cover, right? Give him like full cover. Okay. So, yep. This is just me posing him, making sure that I have the lighting, the effects all well and done. I know that this video was definitely a shorter video than like normal. I just am a bit demotivated. I think after doing YouTube videos and having so much free time now, like I want to do stuff, but then when I do it, it makes me I start getting like trapped in my own head. So my dad told me, bro, just do it. Don't let your dreams just be dreams. Just do it. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I've been kind of in my head recently, so whatever. Anyways, I mainly just added a bunch of effects and I changed up how I really wanted to present AZURE as this kind of powerful wizard. I feel like that kind of feeling, I feel like I get that feeling from him. I really messed around with the VFX here. Again, they're just like flat planes with colors and emissions and stuff like that. So it's really simple to make them, but once you actually add them to the scene, they add so much depth and variety. I love it. It's really an easy way to make an interesting character or an ability that's really, really cool. So love it, love it, love it. Anyways, of course, you guys can tell me what you guys thought in the comments about it. I did definitely like, I added in the background like this entire like galaxy, crazy cool effect. And I just had to make a full screen version. So I was going to make like the Forsaken little icons, but I also made a full screen version because it's just so cool. So I went into Photoshop and went and added all the effects that I wanted to. And of course, my signature name and stuff like that, so making sure all that good stuff is great. Anyways, time for the beauty shots. And here they are. Yep. I think I did pretty darn good with some of these visuals here. I feel like you kind of get that power that I wanted you to feel with him, and he just looks really, really cool. So, of course, you guys can tell me what you guys think in the comments. If you hate it, you love it, whatever. Anyways, you all have a wonderful morning, night, or afternoon. Peace out.